Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have recently talked about in a couple of past videos how a certain brand of skincare and something that I was using landed me in the emergency room, and I told you that I could do a story time video on it. I have never done a story time video on this channel. I don't really want to do that. I want to talk about makeup, but so many of you guys have emailed me asking about it and talked about it on here and commented on the video that I was like, you know what, I'll just tell you guys and see what you think of it. And I don't have like a ton of crazy like life stories. So first things first, let's just set the scene. I was in Boston. I had just moved there. I graduated from Bucknell University back in 2011, and I had moved to Boston shortly after, and I took a job with Dior as working at the counter, and then being a makeup artist as well. And I was working at the counter, and I had never worked at a makeup counter before. I had obviously been on YouTube for a few years, and I had been on there for about a year and a half because I started at the summer before my senior year of college. So it'd been about probably a little over a year, and I was new to the scene. I was the new girl at the counter and kind of in the area, and I didn't really know that many people. My boyfriend at the time lived there, and he knew some people, so you know I met friends there. But I was really like new in the makeup counter area, and one of the things that you do if you work at a makeup counter is not only do you wear the products that you're selling, but you wear them every single day. So I used to work about 6 days a week. Sometimes I would work full 7 days a week, and you have to put on a full face of makeup every single day. Not only are you putting makeup on other people, but you really need to be like representing the brand and the products and wearing them and looking really nice and professional. And so obviously I put on a full face of makeup every single day. Now, girl does not wear makeup every single day. That is not kind of my jam. I like to, you know, wear a tinted moisturizer, wear a primer, wear just some moisturizer, and a lot of times like I'm working out in the middle of the day or whatnot, so I don't always, and I work at home, so I don't always get fully ready for the day every single day. I put a full face of makeup on when I'm filming, when I'm going out, when I really want to get up and, you know, go out for the day, run errands, things like that, but I probably wear a full face of makeup twice a week. That's probably what I do. And that's now. And then, you know, in college I did the exact same thing. I wore even less makeup. And then when I went there, it was something new to me that I would wear a full face of makeup every single day. And it was kind of heavier makeup because, you know, you're wearing the products that you're selling. And so you kind of put a lot of them on in like a tasteful way, obviously. I didn't like crazy like paint my face. But my skin didn't have a lot of time to breathe, basically, is the point with all of that. I wore a full face of makeup every single day, and I was normally there for between 8 and 12 hours. And, you know, then I would go home and I wouldn't take it off right away necessarily. And I would, you know, do skincare, I'd wash my face and whatnot, but I started to get a ton of breakouts, and I had never had really bad acne. As a kid, I had some acne like every teenager does, but I never had a lot of it. And I started to get a lot of breakouts, and I think it was because I was wearing so much makeup all the time and not letting my skin breathe even for a little bit. And so I really wanted to get something that was going to fix it. As a kid, I had used Proactive, and I really liked it, and I felt like, you know, I'm a grown-up now, I should get like a new skincare. So I went to Sephora, talked to the people there, picked out a set by Kate Somerville, and this was like her acne kit. So it was like 5 products, I think, 4 or 5 products, and you use them twice a day. And so I went home and I used it for the first time, and I went to bed, and it was great, and I woke up and I used it again for the second time, and then I went to work, and my skin started kind of drying out that day. I came home, I decided not to use it that night because my skin felt really dry, and I think it was the peel, you know, and all these like exfoliating products that you're using and these products to dry up acne, because it was an acne line that I was using. And so I didn't use it that night. I went to sleep. I woke up in the middle of the night because my face felt like it was on fire. And I went to the bathroom, and my whole face was like as red as a freaking tomato. Like, it's hard to explain how red it was. It looked like my surface layer of my skin had like peeled off, and it was all raw, fresh skin. So I did not know what to do. I woke my boyfriend up at the time, and I was like, I'm freaking out. I thought I had a fever. And so I actually did end up having a fever. So I called into work, and I was like, I can't come in, you guys. I don't know what's going on with my face, but like this is terrible, whatever. I don't know what's going on. So I took like a moisturizer. I was like, okay, I think it's the skincare, you know, because that was a thing that I had used recently, and I was pretty confident that's what it was. So I took like a really, like an aloe moisturizer, and I put it all over my face, and I stayed in bed basically all day because I had like a fever, and it was like kind of making me feel sick, just like how bad it was. And oh gosh, it's like taking me back to those days, you guys. I'm like, whew, I'm having like flashbacks. Okay, but anyway, so I wait like all day, you know, and it's not really getting any better. In fact, it feels like it's getting worse. It's starting to itch really badly, like really bad, and it's kind of like down my neck now. I didn't really sleep well that night. I got up the next morning and I was like, I'm gonna go to work. I didn't have a fever. I was like, I'm gonna go to work, you know, we'll see what happens. But you guys, I worked at a makeup counter. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I went to work with basically, I looked like I had raw skin and like Vaseline all over my face because I put aloe moisturizer because I was trying to help it. And I got to work and everybody was like, oh my gosh, what happened to your face? And I like explained it and they were like, you definitely are having an allergic reaction to this skincare. I stayed at work all day, you guys. My face, I forgot to mention that my face was swollen. It was like double its size. It was so swollen. I was icing it. Gradually throughout the day, the swelling got so bad that it was like swollen down my neck. My whole face was swollen and it was so red and I was like sweating and I was just hot and I felt like I was gonna throw up. My manager at work was like, you need to go. And I went to the hospital and they were like, I mean, I think a lot of people there were just like shocked that this had happened from skincare because we basically deduced that that was the only thing new I had done. Clearly it was like an intensive like peel system, like anti-acne. I told them exactly what I'd been using. They said they were gonna put it on their like list to have people watch for, to not, you know, use with sensitive skin because my reaction was so extreme. They gave me a shot of steroids. I think I got 2 shots of steroids while I was there that like reduced the swelling tremendously like within the first 5 hours. And then they gave me an oral steroid that I had to take for 3 weeks. It took a full week for my face to recover. You know, I don't do a lot of skincare on this channel and that's why I don't try a lot of skincare. That experience was a little bit too terrifying for me, but it was really crazy. At the end of the day, I got the medication. It was fine, but it was definitely a lesson learned to do a lot more research. I know more about my skin. You know, it's of course with your skin too, it's trial and error. You're never going to be able to predict exactly what you could possibly be allergic to or what your skin could react to. So, you know, just be wary of if you have sensitive skin, what you're putting on your face and how much of it. Because I went from using basically nothing to this 5-step intensive like system twice a day, and I don't know why I did that. That just now seems like I would never do that. I would try one thing, and a lot of times I do the test patch like they say because of that. So when it comes to those things, if you're trying out a new line and it's kind of intensive or it's got new ingredients you've never tried, I know it's kind of time consuming to do that test patch on your wrist or on your neck. Do it, you guys. If this story just helps you, just do it. I do it, especially if you have sensitive skin. So that was my story time. I feel like it was like a really depressing video. I feel like when I tell stories, I ramble a lot. A lot of times Tim tells me, you know, you aren't the best storyteller because I just like get into all the details. So hopefully that wasn't terrible for you guys to listen to and you enjoyed this video. And I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.